Hey there Facebook, it is Vanessa here again, your motivational speaker, trainer and head coach from Live, Love, Give. And today's message I'm doing for you really quickly before I head out the door. I'm about to, as you guys know, just went to a 3-day DeMartini event on master planning for life. And I ended up deciding I was going to do the breakthrough experience, which is today and tomorrow, massive days, and I cannot wait to share all that I'm learning. I think that this is going to be incredible and awesome. My very first DeMartini book was on the breakthrough experience, so I know the power of it via book format, and I can't wait to feel the power of being in the environment at the live event. But today's message that I really wanted to share with you guys is all about not taking things personally, but instead take them personal developmentally. And I'm going to unpack exactly what I mean, but ultimately, you know, over the last couple of days when I've been at this event, Master Planning for Life, it has brought up a lot of my fears to the surface. And I know the breakthrough experience is going to drum up many, many more, because that's what it's all kind of about. But the fears that have been coming up for me have been the hurdles that I've kind of been struggling with over the last few months, where I really started believing in myself and backing myself more, and I started going in that direction. But then I kind of reached a point where I was like, okay, there's some fear here, some doubt here, and why am I not taking it to the next level? And so I've really unpacked and uncovered a lot of stuff that's been holding me back over the last 3 days. Through the generosity and wisdom of Dr. John DeMartini and his 2 amazing coaches, Sam and Tanya. They were absolutely phenomenal human beings who are absolutely dedicated to helping everybody in that room break through their hurdles. And that happened for me, and I'm still on that journey of breaking through. But what I noticed was I started to shift my mindset. I started to dream a lot bigger, like something like thinking about, what do I want my life to look like when I'm 100 years old in all these different areas, and getting really clear on what my mission is, you know, on what I'm really called to do from the heart, not the head. And that has been amazingly beneficial to me, as well as owning what I really value, what's truly authentic to me, and not judging myself for that. So that's been huge. But what I've really noticed is the higher I've broken through, the higher I'm being challenged. And so you guys are always hearing me say that, you know, it's in our challenges that ultimately lead to our greatest growth and progress. So I've gotten to a point where I was like feeling not challenged. So I was like trying to, you know, say, God, I need some challenge in my life, you know, and I've definitely been hit with it, particularly over the last couple of days, and particularly with this value of mine that I was judging within myself, and I've been battling for a little while, and then I'm finding that people are showing up and now they're judging me for that value, and kind of taking on the role of my judgment on myself, and that I've just been tackling and working through and made some huge progress on, and now I'm being shown and that kind of mirrored and reflected to me, hey, have you grown? Have you woken up? Or are you just saying you have? You know, here's a test for you. And again, you guys, I hope know that I'm always talking about how whenever we make some sort of progress in our life, it is inevitable that we are going to be, I like to think of the universe kind of sending us a challenge to test us. And every single challenge or test that comes our way is that opportunity to get to that next level and make sure that we've solidified the lessons and that we are moving forward and truly progressing. Because without the challenge, how are we ever going to know? You know, it's all talk unless we can show ourselves that we can walk the walk as well. So why today's message is all about not taking it personally and instead taking it personal developmentally is because yesterday in the Limitless Potential Inner Circle Facebook community, full of beautiful like minds, full of incredible human beings who are absolutely supporting and encouraging and challenging each other to be truthful and to step into a new level of their potential, somebody in that group put out a question to the entire 4,000 nearly people in there, and they didn't ask me about it, but they put this question out, like, what some of Vanessa's posts, that they were provoking. I'd probably need some clarity over what provoking means, and they weren't happy with the comments that I get on my content. So they were being challenged by that. It was kind of triggering for them. And they were just seeking some other perspectives in that community as to what other people thought about that. And so that really solidified for me this piece of really not taking things personally and instead taking things personal developmentally, and knowing that, every time somebody shines light on something that they are judging within you is an opportunity for you to do a lot of work. So the work firstly comes on, how do you respond? What's your reaction to that? How do you feel about that? What do you make that mean? That could be totally different from what that human being means. And also, where are they coming from? Because I really do believe in what the Course of Miracles teaches, which is everything is either a call for love or an expression of love. That's it. And, when we put ourselves out there more, we open ourselves up to much, much, much more criticism, but equally just as much praise. And what my work really is about being truly authentic. So, my mission is really to empower individuals to absolutely uncover who they really are and to have the courage to live truly authentically and then make a meaningful difference with their lives. So that's what everything that I do is all about. And if you guys have been following a lot of my posts, you'll notice just a couple of days ago I put out a post and a quote which was ultimately to use your authenticity and your passion to be your simultaneous friend finder and friend decliner. And I think that this is really a big piece of it. You've got to understand that you are definitely not going to be liked and not loved by every single human being on the face of the planet. But my mission in life is to help you to understand who you really are without the expectations, without the facades, without all those things you think you should be in order to gain the approval and the love and all those great things that we really need as human beings on some level. And instead of holding yourself back because you're so fearful of the criticism, like I was, like that post I put out, I mentioned that I hadn't posted on my personal profile on Facebook for 4 years because I was too scared of the criticism that we're inevitably hit with, and the rejection, because fear of rejection was absolutely driving me. And so I've done a lot of work on myself, and ultimately it's why I do the work that I do, and it's why I put out the posts that I put out, and it's why I don't judge people based on how they communicate to me, unless I feel like they're being disrespectful, and unless I feel like there's a hidden kind of motive or agenda to enforce some sort of pain or fear or whatever it is. If it's not really conducive, then I have actually blocked a bunch of people who were just creating drama, and they're not supporting the beauty of humanity and the environment that I'm looking to create. But then there's other people who just have a different opinion, and it starts conversation, and that's beautiful. And if I want to talk about, the comments that I can oftentimes get on my videos or on my pictures or on my quotes, whatever it is, then ultimately when I started what I do right now, so on my own, living my mission that I'm doing right now, at the very beginning, I got this huge influx of friends requests, and I felt really grateful. I was like, wow, I'm finally stepping forward and being authentically courageous, and people are appreciating that. And so I accepted all of these different friends requests, and what went through my mind, because at the time I was going through this work of non-judgment, and who am I to judge who another human being is based on what, a profile picture? That's weird to me. So I wanted to make sure that I was kind of like Gabrielle Bernstein would say, you know, having a judgment detox. And so I was seeing the best. That's what I like to do. I like to see the best in other people, give them the benefit of the doubt. I was accepting a lot of friends' requests, like thousands at the time. And then I kind of learnt the hard way that a bunch of them were befriending me for not great reasons. And so I kind of went into this whole entire week of feeling like this gut-wrenching like pain and like fear. And I felt like people were seeing in me, they were only seeing one thing in me and not what I'm really called to go to the depths and really support and help people be authentic and get to the next level and make a meaningful difference in their lives. And so that's what I wanted to be recognized for. But I was noticing that a bunch of them were not really into that and were looking at other things. And so that was a real struggle for me that week, feeling like, oh, do I just get off Facebook again like I'd been off for 4 years? Or do I find another way here? And what Dr. John Demartini has really helped me with is seeing that our wealth is in different areas, and sometimes we will attract different audience members to our message for a different reason and purpose than we're ultimately intending. But I've had the journey and the process of some people like focusing on what I look like to begin with, and then they've come on this long journey with me, and we're having really deeply meaningful conversations about what I'm truly deeply here for. And so I don't want to judge anybody based on, you know, like the comments that they might make initially, because I have a hope and a desire that whatever got them here hopefully will make them listen, and then hopefully from that place I can impart some sort of resonating value with them that makes a meaningful difference. And who am I to judge how they come into it if it's going to serve me on this mission of reaching the depths of their heart and soul? And so that's why I'm here to do that. And I know that there's some people out there who like question, well, you know, why is she putting these pictures up of herself? Well, you know what? I read the most beautiful quote from this woman I don't actually know, but somehow we've ended up on each other's Instagram accounts. And I've forgotten her name, Melissa. I'll find it after this and I'll link her, because she is a beautiful human being who runs this community which is all about living your best life sort of thing. Again, I've totally forgotten, but what she quoted today, she put a photo of herself, and it was a beautiful photo, and she said, you know, to be all of who you are. I'm going to paraphrase this because I've forgotten exactly, but be all of who you are. When you be all of who you are, you create a safe environment for other people to be all of who they are. And for me personally, who is somebody who completely held back and dulled myself down for so many years as to not threaten people, as to make sure that they felt good about themselves, to be on that journey of being a guiding light to people, to just be you, you know, and come from the right place and forget the fact that you're going to get criticism. You are definitely going to get criticized. You are definitely going to get judged, but you're also definitely going to be praised when you're authentic to the people who absolutely resonate with the truth of why you're actually there. And you're not going to capture everybody. You're not going to be the right messenger for everybody. But the fact of the matter is, I really do believe that each and every one of us, when we get in alignment with the truth of who we are, and we courageously live that way, and we tap into what most inspires us, and we share that with courage, despite the fact that we know we're going to get criticized, that is the gift that we all have to give to this world. And each and every one of us has something of value to offer, and whatever form that takes, my mission is to show people to just be you and forget about the criticism, and instead of just like blocking it or, you know, trying to avoid it, actually use it for personal development. How does it trigger you? How does it shine light on a potential blind spot to you? What element of truth is in what they're saying, if any? And also, you know, don't let it rock your boat. Use it as a test to see, hey, is this person who is being potentially narrow-minded here, or just making a judgment call without actually collecting the facts, like intelligently, and actually desiring real truth. And you only get real truth by going to the person and communicating, hey, this is what I'm kind of being triggered by. I'm kind of feeling like this is going on for this reason. Look, I really would love to hear from you personally, because you're the one doing it or not doing it or whatever it is. I want to learn more. I want to fascinate and understand, not just make judgment calls and get into a false sense of connection through judgment. Doesn't work, and when we are being judged, remember the fact that everything is either a call for love or an expression of love. So have compassion, use it firstly for your own personal development, and then have love. Get yourself to a place of love and compassion for that human being, because we only place judgment on others when we have a judgment within that we don't fully want to focus on or face, or we're unconscious of. And so we project it outside into the external world on somebody else who reminds us of that trigger, who brings that up for us on the surface. And then from that place, that's where that challenge is. So if we can recognize that people are judging because of their own fears and challenges and those core wounds that are going on for every single one of us, we've all got it and we all judge. But if we can recognize that, we can actually give people what they really need, as opposed to criticizing them, judging them, and just magnifying the whole situation. So come at it from that place. And I definitely hope that me sharing this with you guys today is of value. I should probably mention, I want to tell you guys my highest values and what I was judging in myself and how it relates to this criticism or judgment or whatever it was from somebody else. So, and I got it a few times over the last 48 hours. Not always online. I've also had to do a lot of work offline with some people in this group, which was incredible. And so my highest value is teaching. And my second highest value, which is pretty much in sync with teaching, is learning. My student feeds my teacher. I want to make a meaningful difference in terms of helping people discover who they truly are, have the courage to align authentically with that kind of life, and absolutely make a meaningful difference through their unique gifts, right? So teaching, learning, totally. And then my third value is for beauty and health. Right? So that's why you see me every single day. I love hair, makeup, clothes, like my dresses. They are part of who I am. They're my femininity, and so me showing up authentically is being this way. This is how I am. Even if I'm not going out, I love it. It's part of my self-care ritual. I listen to positive stuff. I fill my mind with positivity. I get ready. It starts my day off right. It's part of my rituals. It's part of my self-care routine. I feel brilliant within me, which helps me to do better for others, and so people can judge that. People often do. And I used to let that affect me and dull that down, but I've been owning that within me, and it is an absolute value of mine because it's part of who I really am, and I see myself as. So me showing up truly 100% unapologetically, absolutely Vanessa Jane Patrick has been a challenge, but I am so totally on that journey, and I refuse to let narrow-sightedness and narrow-mindedness throw me off path because somebody else has some criticism, assumption, judgment, whatever it is, based on their core wounds, based on their experiences, and whatever it is. I can, if they come to me and want help for overcoming that judgment, absolutely. That's what I'm passionate about helping people do, allow others to just be authentic. And if you're curious as to see whether they're being authentic or they're doing something for some ulterior motive, your best choice of action is to ask them directly. Have a conversation, and definitely anything that triggers you, do the work on it. Don't take things personally. Take things personal developmentally. There is always value. particularly the bigger the challenge, the bigger the trigger, the bigger the criticism, definitely the bigger the gold you're going to find at the end of doing that work. So, I want to keep shining and being authentic, and hoping that me shining my light and you guys seeing the criticism that comes in, the judgment that comes in, and you see how I handle that and not let it dull my light down, and just show up and try and be as loving, compassionate, and understanding as possible, is the pathway forward. And don't focus on it. Wherever you focus, you end up. If you focus on the criticism, the judgment, once you tap into what's inspiring to you, what an inspiring mission of contribution is for you, and it's totally aligned with the authenticity that you have, then you ain't got time to worry about that stuff. But definitely don't avoid it. Use it for your own personal development. Okay, I want to check in with you guys and see who's been able to join me, and I don't want to run late. I've got to run off to a hotel, check my bags into a new place. Last minute, just decided I was going to do this next 2-day event. Had to book all my accommodation, change my flights, all of it, and I'm going to run off, check in, and then get to this event, and I cannot wait. I know that the work we're going to be going through in the breakthrough experience is all this stuff that we're talking about today. So can't wait to share it with you guys so you get some value from it as well. And I have got Adrian and Zach and Maggie and Gary and Pedro and Usman and Peter and Ella Varison. Good morning to you. And Lucy's here. I miss you. And Shane. Yes. Awesome. From US of A. I love it. Can't wait to get back there. And Alex is here, and Philippe, and Azar, and Judy, and William, and Jessica, and Juan Co. Hello to you. And Israel, thank you for those kind words there. And Hassani's here, awesome. And Lucy, no judgment, just love and admiration. Yeah, and a big piece of what we're going to be working through today is that the breakthrough experience is all about balancing out our perceptions. So, like how I said that the more you put yourself out there, the more you're going to be hit with criticism, but equally you're going to be hit with as much praise. So the world is always putting you back into balance. When you get too self-righteous, then, somebody in the world is going to bring you back down to balance, right? They're going to bring you down, like get you off your high horse. And the same thing happens when you're being self-depreciating. People are going to praise you, get you back into balance. And what I'm really noticing, and I cannot wait for this next 2 days learning the depths of this stuff. So I can't wait to share it with you, because I only know based on what I've read in a book a few years ago. So I can't wait to really get this stuff. But ultimately, I'm seeing and experiencing that the world will constantly keep you in balance and in check. If you're not doing it for yourself and keeping yourself humbled and in that middle ground, the world does it for you too. So that is the gift that we all have to give to each other, because true love is centered and balanced. And those judgments on either side, when we're putting people on a pedestal, when we're putting people in a pit, they're really just trying to force us back into balance. So I love that, Lucy, and thank you so much. And Israel, my dear friend, tell me where you're from. I am from Australia, and it's great to meet you. And Chris, my challenge today is functioning while sick, very sick. Sending you much positive healing vibes there, Chris. Sorry to hear that you're sick, but keep striving, keep going. And thanks for showing up anyway, even though you're sick. And Georgia and James and Spady and Spady, thank you so much. It takes a beautiful soul to see a beautiful soul. So I appreciate that, Spady. And Daniel's here. And absolutely, Spady. Just keep loving. That's what we're here for. And the breakthrough experience that I'm about to go through, it's the purpose of it is getting you to a place of thank you, I love you. No matter what the challenge is. And I know I'm going to come across a bunch of people in that room really going through some deeply challenging circumstances in their life that would put a lot of our challenges, like throw them out the window. They're nothing really, you know? So I can't wait to see those breakthroughs. It's so enlivening to the soul when you see people finally get free from being trapped in that prison of judgment and, you know, and victimhood as well. So can't wait to share those stories with you. And Kuno's here, and Charlie, compliment also for the tone of voice. Thank you, Charlie, appreciate it. And Shane's here, and Sergio, and Tadashi, and Mike, and good morning to you, Shane, and Bobby, and Tayeb, and Ras, and Jason, and Chris. When you're going through hell, keep going. Boom, absolutely, do not stop. And Elliot's here, and Marco, and Manu, and Kaden, awesome, and Kelsey, and Ellen, and Jose, and James, got a YouTube clip there, I'll check it out later, and Marlon's here, and Helena, and Adrian, and Ricardo, and Lucy. Shine your light and don't let fear diminish your brightness just because it threatens someone else. You have the gift of sharing so much that we need. Thank you so much, Lucy. You are so appreciated, as you know, and definitely loved. And yes, absolutely. That's the gift I really want to instill on as many people as possible, is to just discover what your light is and shine it bright, and don't let anybody ever dull it down. Just use it for your own personal growth and development. So definitely. Awesome. Awesome. Love that, Lucy. And Oscars is here. Yay. You got me live again. That's awesome. And Linda's here. And Sean, I'm loving that you're finding some brilliance here. That's awesome. And Hassani, thank you for sharing this, V. This really did help me understand you better and where you're coming from. This was truly authentic and very courageous and inspirational, my friend. Thank you, Hass. I really appreciate that. And I'm super grateful that you're tapping into me being authentic here. And maybe I should, you know, what I would say also is I know that there's oftentimes the judgments that we have, because this person who put this post out and put it out to the community to ask this question, somebody commented and said, yeah, I agree, and I just delete all of Vanessa's videos now. And so I kind of was like, you know, instead of, because it showed me that there's definitely people who are thinking the same thing, you know, so I need to make a message about it. But that's why I want us all to speak up. You know, I put out a post this morning, which is, you know, all about the fact that conflict is really the catalyst for depth of connection. And if we're too afraid to voice what our judgments are, because ultimately we don't share them because we value just staying in that judgment as opposed to actually going the depths of connection, which is what I'm all about. You know, and we don't voice it because we're too scared to do that. There's not enough advantages that we're seeing. There's more disadvantages doing that, and there's more advantages by just holding on to our judgment and just being critical behind the screen, or, you know, in our own minds, or whatever it is. When we do that, we limit connection. We don't get to a place of understanding. We're projecting an identity onto somebody else, and we're not opening up the floor with courage to go deep. And I'm all about understanding. I'm all about depth. And I want us all to fascinate over other people. You do not know anybody better than they know themselves. And so stop projecting and assuming. And if you really want truth, because that's what this question was all about, if you really want truth, go to the source, because that's the only place you're going to get the truth. All else is just speculation, and it just creates more. You think you're connecting because you're connecting with people who are thinking the same way as you, but really there's that deeper part of yourself that knows that you're just being judgmental and you're not coming from love, and so it really just creates a whole lot of separation. You know, non-judgment is leading us back to oneness. And I don't think we're going to be without judgment, but how we handle it. And as Gabrielle Bernstein would say, you know, if the purpose of her book, Judgment Detox, is to get you to a place of just not believing your judgments. And a good way of not believing your judgments is to get curious and try and understand the person that you're judging, and also do the work on you. So thanks, Haas. That's so meaningful to me. So thank you so much, friend. And Sharayan, I just butchered your name, but I love you being here. And Lucy, I love it too. You and I completely are beautiful outside and as well on the outside. Beautiful soul, shine on. Thank you, Lucy. Yes, absolutely. You beautiful, beautiful inside and outside soul. And Oscars. Thank you, thank you. Well, yeah, femininity is something that I had to really own. Femininity is like at the core of who I am, you know, and I don't want to go too deep right now because I really have to run off, but a huge piece of owning my authenticity was owning my femininity and not feeling worried about how people perceive that and just being me and doing what I'm called to do and feeling good within me, you know, for that purpose. So thanks, Oscars. And Alan, I really appreciate what you do, Vanessa. Your passion shines through loud and clear. Thank you so much, Alan. That is absolutely meaningful to me. Nothing is more meaningful to me than when you guys let me know that you're seeing authenticity shine through. It is my purpose to be as totally authentic as possible and help you guys do the same. So it's so meaningful to me when I get messages like that. So thank you from the heart, Ellen. I appreciate that. Kaden, my friend, so true. We only criticize people when we try to protect ourselves from facing our perceived weakness that we don't currently understand. And I really love that standard among many others. You're always 100% top notch. Oh, thank you so much, Kaden. Again, totally heartfelt. I appreciate that. And yeah, but we don't want to get caught in the trap that I've done many times, which is judging the person who's judging for judging, right? And then we end up just playing that cycle. I had a massive realization about that a few months ago that I think I shared with you guys. And I did share with you guys, if you remember. But yeah, so definitely getting to a place of realizing everything's either a call for love or an expression of love. And the answer is always love. It's calling for love. So, you know, get to that place within you of inner strength. You know who you are and you see people's fears as they are, and you know that the antidote to fear is always love. Help them, support them, but don't ever let them dull down your light. That's what I would say. And I so appreciate you, as you know, Caden. And Petro's here, and Dhruv, and Alan from Canada. I love that. And Philippe, love working and growing with you, Vanessa. I hope to meet you soon. Thank you, Philippe, and I love you being here. You show up time and time again like so many of you beautiful, amazing human beings, and I'm super appreciative of it. Every time I see your names come up, I feel a sense of gratitude, so thank you. And definitely, I'm going to be doing some live events. So I'm hoping, because I really want to get to meet you guys, being in the flesh is much better than online. So yeah, I can't wait to, when I launch those, definitely meet you guys in the flesh. It's going to be awesome. And Severn's here, and Ellen, awesome, great to see you. And Daniel, not sure what you need some help with, but let me know. And Philippe, Hoponopono, I can never say that. I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you, I love you. Oh my gosh, I am going to do a Facebook Live for you guys that will blow you away. I don't have time to do it for you right now, but we spoke about the Hoponopono, I don't know how to say it properly, technique, and I can't wait to share with you the insights and the perspective that challenges that from Dr. John Demartini. I'm going to do it for you, probably tomorrow's video, but I will put it in my notes, so I definitely do that because it's super valuable, and I can't wait to share it with you because that's a powerful process, but different perspective will really support you with it. And Savannah's here, and Jose, and Hassani. I know you get tons of messenger messages, but if we ever need to contact you directly, what's the best way to reach you? Thank you so much for asking that, Haas. Definitely by email. I will always get your email. So Vanessa at vanessajanepatrick.com. That gets directly to me. That doesn't get overloaded. My messenger, as I know you're fully aware of, Haas, yeah, I don't often go in there. And so messages on social media, I don't always check them or go in there. Definitely on the email, Vanessa at vanessajanepatrick.com. Thanks, Haas. And Kaden, no matter how positive influence, negativity will be confronted. Yep, I'm always deeply grateful for your authentic depth, optimism, and passion to connect with us all in such a very special way. Thank you, Kaden. You're absolutely touching my heart. And love, light, freedom to you, my friend. That's so amazing. And I love that, you know, when we're authentic, we absolutely attract our people. I don't like to use the word tribe because it's not I don't like tribes, but if we connect with what matters to our soul, it's all about that oneness, that connection, not separation. But if we can help bring some of those people who are caught in separation into that inner circle, that's what it's all about, is expanding that kind of consciousness. So you are so appreciated, Caden. Thank you. And Humayan and Lucy, love all your knowledge that you're so willing to share with us. Thank you, Lucy. I'm grateful that it's of value to you, and I love sharing it. Like I said, my top value is teaching and learning. So you guys give me this platform to do absolutely what's authentic to me. So thanks, Lucy. And Fab Guy from London. I love it. And Zalad is here, and Julie and Gary and Ricardo. Awesome, guys. I think I'm running super late. I got to go check into this hotel and get to this event, drag my suitcase around with me on the streets of Sydney, and I cannot wait for today and the next day and to share everything with you. They're going to be really long days. I don't think I'm going to get back till like 1 a.m, and we're starting pretty early, so I'll be sort of a bit all over the place, but I'll definitely make sure, as always, that I'm delivering a message to you guys. So, sending you guys, as always, all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I hope it's beautiful and amazing, and you're going to have your breakthroughs of your own, and definitely notice where you're being judgmental, how you can use it to understand what you're not facing within yourself. And also, if you're receiving judgment, use it personal developmentally instead of taking it personally. Sending you guys all of my love, and I cannot wait to see you all tomorrow. Much love.